Hi there, it's Vanessa here from the Wedding and Event Creators. Put together a bit of a tutorial just to give some of our lovely couples some insight into how to fill up the setup template that we'll provide you with when you first book. For all of our styling, setup and coordination packages, we do require this document, and it's what we use on the day for your coordinator and stylist to be able to set everything up the way that you would wish. So the document can look a little bit daunting to begin with. This is the template here that we'll give you, and it is filled out in little sections. So you've got the ceremony inside the marquee in room, the guest table, so that's your centerpieces and place settings, and then the outdoor decor, which is mostly your pre-dinner drink space. So we also send you another document, and it's an example of how this should be set out. It's from another past client. A few things might look a little bit different, but the main thing is showing you the sort of detail that we do require and how to write it all down. We're here for any questions that you have during the planning process. Anything you're not sure about, you just let us know. So basically you've got here what the area is. So the ceremony, each item that will be located at the ceremony, details of the item, who is providing it and who is setting it up, and then any location instructions as well. We can combine this location instructions with a bit of a mud map or a bit of a hand-drawn map of where you would like everything. There's no need to worry about putting it into a Photoshop or anything. Just write it down on a piece of paper. And we also combine that with this document when we actually meet you at the venue and go through a bit of a site visit. For most of our clients, we provide that service where we'll meet you there just to find out where everything's going and run through this document as well. So that's always a backup. So any little detail is certainly relevant. So whether it's a water glass or a flower that you'd like placed at a place setting, always put it down, because you never know, something like that could add in a couple of hours, and it helps for our time plan. So just to give you a quick demo. So say for the arbor and arch for a ceremony, we might put down Driftwood, Arbor, WEC, so Wedding and Event Creators, is providing, and WEC is setting up. So setup instructions might be near the river to left side of oak tree. For the chairs, we might have 30 times event white chairs. I can spell. So who is providing? Okay, so it might be South Coast Party Hire. Who's setting it up? When Event Creators to set up. You might then put any other notes that you prefer of the rows or location would be good as well. For the aisle, you might decide that you're not having an aisle runner, rose petals, anything else down the aisle. So you could just write NA or not having and leave the sections blank. It's just so that we know, rather than deleting the line in full, it's just so that we know, okay, you're not having anything, we've covered that area just for all of our information there. And you go through every little aspect for that. So we've got tables and chairs in your marquee. One of the most detailed sections is actually the guest tables. We find that every little piece of detail is really important in this. So we have a note here that says list, what cutlery, plates, glasses that you're going to have on this table. There's another really good example for the example that we do send you of how this can be laid out as well. And it just gives you a bit of information. So for example, a main plate with the entree plate on top, main and entree cutlery laid out, dessert spoon above the plate, a short tumbler or a water glass, a wine glass, and the name tag wooden tied to the stem of a wine glass. So that's really good detail that we've got in that example to show you. So most of the items our company will be setting up on the day, but if your florist or family members are going to be setting something up for you, just make a note of that, and that could be that we've got here, for example, outdoor decor, tables, chairs in clusters, family members setting up day before wedding. And then we just put wedding event creators to place vases on tables. It just gives us a clear understanding as to what some of your family members, friends or other suppliers might actually be doing, just so we know when we get there what to expect. So the more details are the better in this. It is a running or working chart, so once you've sort of made any of the changes, you just save them and send them back to us. That would be great. We can then go back and forth to nut out any bits and pieces that are yet to be finalised. If the things that you're not sure of, often we'll just put down TBC, to be confirmed, or not sure yet, pop it in red. And then we just know that's an aspect that we both need to come back to finalise. So it doesn't matter if there's gaps. As I said, it's a working sheet, so we go back and forth quite a bit. When you do send back to us, your coordinator may make her own changes and send back to you. It'll go back and forth. We try and have this document all filled out about 4 to 6 weeks before the wedding. Of course, there's going to be last minute changes up until the last day sometimes, depending on if you add or take things away, and that's perfectly fine, but it's good to diary date about 4 weeks before, just as a bit of a due date to have this ready to go. So now, it may seem like a lot of detail, but based on our experience, it is one of the most important documents that we need, and it just prevents any miscommunication, helps us to work out a time plan for the day, and we really do appreciate you taking the time and effort to fill it all out for us. Best tip is more detail or description the better. And we basically wish you best of luck with all of your wedding planning, and thanks heaps for taking the time to fill out the document and watch a little video. Thank you.